Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and it's upgrade season. We're going to be upgrading our Sire P10 with a new preamp and a new P pickup. Let's do this. This is our Sire P10. We've reviewed this bass already, as well as performed extensive mods to address what I thought were shortcomings of the bass. We've upgraded the bridge with an all-bridge 5-string Sire drop-in replacement bridge, and the tuners with Hipshot ultralights. I'm glad Sire was paying attention because in the new P5DX, the hardware was one of the big things that they've upgraded, moving to Hipshot all around. A very nice touch. I also upgraded the electronics of this bass with a John East Uni preamp as well as these Nordstrand pickups. We have a Nordstrand Fender-sized 5-string P pickup, and we have a 5-string hum-canceling J pickup. Well, today we're going to be upgrading this bass and taking it in a little bit of a different direction with the Nordstrand NP5Fa pickup, pictured here, as well as the Flexcore Preamp from Mike Pope and Trickfish Amplification. Big thank you to Trickfish for giving us this preamp to use in this build. Greatly appreciated. The Flexcore preamps are best known for being the prominent preamp in the Fodera basses, and I'm very excited to see how this preamp is going to sound in this bass with the upgraded P pickup as well. This is not really going to be a preamp or pickup comparison, so we're not going to look at the bass in its current form. If you want to see some videos on this bass, I'll have those linked in the description below. But anyways, let's get to the modding. You all know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. Let's head over to the workbench and install our new parts. Okay, we're at the workbench and we're going to be installing our Flexcore preamp as well as our Nordstrand pickup in place of another Nordstrand pickup. So let's get started by removing the strings, and then we can start removing the knobs and the pickups. Okay, with the strings removed, let's now remove our John East knobs. Now with the knobs removed, let's go ahead and loosen up our pots. Now let's flip the bass over and we can open up the control cavity. Now we can disconnect our battery harness as well as the pickups. Okay, with our preamp removed, let's go ahead and flip the bass over once more and we can remove our pickups. There's something I want to address with the J pickup as well that I'll take care of while I'm at it, so let's go ahead and get that all done. We're also going to replace this pickup foam because I was never really happy with my pickup heights. Now let's grab our Nordstrand pickup here, and we'll cut up some of our foam for the P pickup as well as the J pickup. For the P pickup, we are going to give it the same treatment like we did with our outgoing P pickup, and we're actually going to wrap some copper tape around the foam pads and put a strip on the back of the pickups as well to ground the poles. With our pickups reinstalled, let's go ahead and reinstall our strings to get tension back on the neck. Okay, with our pickups in place and the heights relatively adjusted, let's flip the bass around and we can start installing our Flexcore preamp. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the preamp here. So this is a pre-assembled preamp that comes with everything that we will need, including battery connectors. So I'm actually going to remove the stock battery connectors in here, and then we'll pop the included ones in there. So this is already wired up to be an 18-volt setup. We have 2 battery connectors and then all our controls. We have 5 knobs and a mid-frequency selector switch here for the low mids. I'm very excited to check this preamp out. So because I don't want to snip this battery connector, I'm actually going to try and widen the hole over to the battery cavity here so we can fit the this guy. Okay, with all the wires installed, let's go ahead and start securing our pots to the body, as well as securing our jack. And we are back. We have installed our new Nordstrand pickup as well as the Flexcore Preamp. Let's talk a little bit about how we have this preamp set up, as there is a bit of configuration you can do when you're ordering this preamp. With the Flexcore, you have the option of a full 4-band with a high mid or low mid, but you also have the option of a 3-band with either a high mid or a low mid, and we chose the low mid. So we have a stacked bass and treble control, a separate low mid control, and a frequency selector for 300 or 470 something hertz. We also have a master volume that's a push-pull for a preamp bypass, as well as a master blend and a passive tone control. Let's go ahead and plug in this bass and see how it sounds. I think this bass sounds excellent with these upgrades. Absolutely no shade towards the John East preamp that we originally had in here, the Uni preamp. However, I wanted to try something different, and a different we have tried with this Flexcore, and I'm really digging it. So what you've heard thus far was the preamp centered and the tone control at 100% with the blend centered as well, meaning both pickups are engaged. Let's listen to that one more time and then we'll play around with some of these controls. Next, let's solo this new Nordstrand P pickup that we installed. Oh, listen to that. This is a great sounding P. Oh yeah. Now let's play with this passive tone control a bit and turn that down to about 50%. tone all the way down. Next, while keeping the P pickup soloed, we're going to turn the tone back up to 100% and give ourselves a mid scoop. So we are going to cut the mids about 50%, boost our bass and treble about the same, and also check out the mid frequency switch. Currently we are cutting 300 Hertz, which is a bit of the lower low mids, and we also have the option for like 473 or something. I forget what the exact number is. But here's the 300 Hertz mid scoop. Now let's check out 473. Now let's do the opposite. We are going to bring our mids to about a 50% boost and take our treble and bass back down to center. So here's that with the 300 Hertz boost. Now let's flick the switch and we're boosting 473 now. Now let's center our EQ, and we are going to head over to the bridge pickup here. Here's the bridge pickup with the EQ centered and the tone at 100%. Next, here's the tone at 50%. And here's the tone all the way down. Now let's turn the tone back up and give ourselves the mid scoop. So we're cutting our mids about 50% and boosting our treble and bass. Here's that with the bridge pickup soloed, tone 100%. Now let's flick the switch, go over to 470 something Hertz. go back to 300 and give ourselves a mid boost of 50% and bring our treble and bass back to center. .473. I find the difference between the two mid-frequencies especially noticeable on the bridge pickup. Very nice. Now let's boost our mids about 50% and take our bass and treble back down to center. Here's what that sounds like with 300 Hz boosted. And here's the 473 Hz boost. Very nice. Let's center our EQ once more and center our blend control. So now we have both pickups engaged. Here's what that sounds like with the tone at 100% and everything centered. Now here's the tone at 50%. And the tone all the way down. Now let's take the tone back up and start playing with this EQ once more and give ourselves the mid scoop. So we are going to cut our mids about 50% and boost the bass and treble about the same with the 300 Hz selected. Now let's flick the switch over to 473. Now let's go back to 300 Hz and give ourselves a mid boost of about 50% and bring our bass and treble back to center. And next, let's switch over to 473. Here's what that sounds like with a 50% mid boost. Now let's go ahead and center our EQ once more, and let's grab our pick. See what this bass sounds like with a pick. Oops. Now let's pan over to the neck pickup. Now let's pan over to the bridge pickup. Now let's put the pick away, center our blend control once more, and give this bass a quick slap. And let's pan over to the neck pickup and do the same. And finally, let's pan over to the bridge. So here's my final thoughts on our upgraded Sire P10. Now, I've already done a bunch of extensive upgrades, but I am very happy with the final product here. I think this new Nordstrand pickup definitely sounds really nice, and I like it over the outgoing Nordstrand pickup that we have replaced. I also really like this Flexcore Preamp. It was very easy to install with a full solderless design. Everything was pretty straightforward in regards to the screw terminals and where things go. And the only real modification we had to do in regards to like physical altercations of the bass was widen the hole from the control cavity to the battery cavity. And we did that with our drill. Other than that though, everything was a complete drop-in and was relatively easy to install. So I would definitely call this a pretty painless install. But let me know what you think about our finished product here with our Nordstrand pickups and Flexcore Preamp down in the comments below. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about our modified Sire P10 with the Flexcore Preamp and new Nordstrand pickups. And as always, until we groove again,